The Vice President has backtracked from her open threat against the first couple and the House Speaker. She turned the tables on the National Security Council for supposedly taking her remark out of context. Duterte questions the authority of the NSC, which she is a member of, to treat her statement as a matter of national security. She also issued an ultimatum to the NSC to explain how it came up with this assessment and why she has been excluded from its meetings since June of 2022.
I would like to see a copy of the notice of meeting with proof of service, the list of attendees, the photos of the meeting, and the notarized minutes of the meeting where the council, whether this present council or the past councils, resolved to consider the remarks by a vice president against a president maliciously taken out of logical context as a national security concern.
But the NSC is not backing down on its own investigation into Duterte's death threats. It said any threat to the life of the president is always considered a national security concern since the chief executive symbolizes democratic institutions, values, and aspirations of the country. The NSC likewise stresses that the president's safety is a non-partisan and non-political concern. It calls on anyone questioning the probe of security and law enforcement agencies to just wait for official findings.
Taken out of context or not, the Vice President's statements over the weekend has prompted a full investigation from government. And joining us tonight on the line is NBI Director Jaime Santiago, who in a press conference early today discussed possible consequences that the Vice President may face. Magandang gabi po sa inyo, Director.
Ay, magandang gabi po sa inyo, ma'am. Sa mga nakikinig sa atin.
Director, the NBI is leading the investigation on the death threat on the president. But how are you planning to approach this? Because the Vice President already said that this was maliciously taken out of logical context. But if you take a look at it, it is the second highest official in the land, threatening the highest official in the land. Paano po ang approach nyo dito sa kasong ito?
Yes, ma'am, we're not taking it lightly. No, this is a serious matter, especially coming from the second highest officer of the land, Vice President po, at abogada po siya. She should know the consequences of what she is saying. Kaya po tinututukan namin mabuti ang investigation at kasi po mandato po ng National Bureau of Investigation under Republic Act 10867 na mag-imbestiga motu proprio on any threats involving the security and assault upon the persons of the President, the Vice President, down to the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
But where exactly do you plan to start? You already issued a subpoena to the Vice President, am I correct?
I think it's out tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow, di ba? Or ilabas niyo na ba, Director?
Nakapaglabas na po kami ng subpoena, but it will be served early in the morning tomorrow. First hour in the morning, my agents will go to the office of the Vice President and serve the subpoena.
Okay. Pagkatapos po noon, kapag siya po ay pumunta po sa inyo, ano po ang kailangan niyang gawin? And in case hindi po siya mag-appear, ano naman po ang mangyayari?
Kanina, nagpahayag ang ating Vice President na pagka natanggap niya ang subpoena, she will be willing to cooperate with us. Kaya wala naman kami nakikitang problema. But then, if she will not appear before our office, then kung ano man na-gather namin na information, we will have to transmit that to the Department of Justice. Bahala na ang Department of Justice mag-aral if there is prima facie evidence na against her.
Okay. Sinabi rin po, no, Director Santiago, ni Vice President Sara Duterte, hinamon niya po kayo, meron din daw pong threats against her. Are you also, in the interest of fairness, gonna be looking into that?
Yes, gano'n naman po eh. Sabihin niya lang sa amin na may threat sa kanya, iimbestigahan din po namin yan. Sabi ko nga po sa inyo, mandato ng National Bureau of Investigation na protektahan ang not only the President, but the highest officers of the land up to the Chief Justice, ma'am.
Okay. Kanina nga sa press con ninyo sa Palasyo, Director Santiago, andun din po yung DOJ Undersecretary Andres said no, na tinitignan nila possibly grave threat sedition. Pero can you explain to us no, paano po kayo mag-coordinate in order to conduct the investigation and finalize the charges? Paano po yung proseso?
Or find reasonable ground?
Yes, ma'am, pag-uusap-usapan namin kung ano ang proper charges na maisasampa, depende sa mga itutugon ni Vice President Sara. Sa ngayon, meron kaming mga hawak na ebidensya, basis kung saan doon namin ang base, ang mga charges na isasampa sa kanya. But then, kung depende sa kanyang magiging sagot sa amin, doon pa lang namin malalaman yung proper charges, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Director, are we also looking at a possible arrest dito kay VP Sara? Kasi kung matatandaan po natin, in 2020, there was that case when the NBI arrested this 25-year-old public school teacher for posting on Twitter na he was offering a 50 million peso reward para daw patayin si former President Rodrigo Duterte, and 6 days later, inaresto po siya ng NBI without any warrant of arrest. How is this different po with the case, with this latest incident with the Vice President?
Ito po out of courtesy kay Vice President Sara, being the Vice President, the second highest officer of the land, at saka for purposes because of due process. Bibigyan po namin siya ng pagkakataon muna na sagutin yung mga aming mga katanungan na laban sa kanya. At
Go ahead.
Ipapasa po namin yun sa prosecutor's office kung sino mag-aaral ng proper charges against her.
Clarify lang natin, Director Santiago, once kunwari bukas ng umaga, napadala nyo na yung subpoena, we already know and you told us that the Vice President will be given 5 days to reply. Ano po pa yung reply? Is it a personal appearance? Is it a letter na notarized? Paano po yun? Ipakikwento po sa amin, ano po yung normal procedure na nagyayari?
Actually, the subpoena ay nagsasabi na mag-appear siya sa amin na ang nabasa ko kanina ay sa Biyernes, alas 9 ng umaga. Tapos from there, malalaman na niya yung mga katanungan sa amin. She may be assisted by her own counsel at pwede silang humingi ng ilang araw para sagutin yung mga katanungan namin in writing. Ganun po magiging proseso.
Director, patungkol po dun sa kaso na binanggit ni Paulina, gusto ko lang itanong kung ano pong update dun sa 25-year-old teacher noong 2020, kasi that was not taken lightly by the NBI. He was arrested for inquest for inciting to sedition related to cybercrime and violation of code of conduct as a public school teacher. So ano po yung nangyari sa kanya? Nasaan na po siya ngayon?
Na-dismiss yung kaso sa pagkakaintindi namin tama po ba ito?
Yeah. Opo. Na-dismiss po yung kaso. Hindi ko po alam kung anong nangyari, pero parang ang dinig namin, parang pinatawad din po ni Pangulong PRRT. Opo.
So comparing it with the statements of the Vice President, because this teacher, nagsorry po siya. At sinabi po nung panahon na yon na kahit hindi niya intensyon, this is not taken lightly, hindi pwedeng idaan sa sorry. In the same way that the Vice President now is saying that these statements were maliciously taken out of logical context. Does this mean that if you compare the two cases, and sinasabi niyo po na walang exemption, walang special treatment, bukod sa yung courtesy to the Vice President's office, ay an arrest is a possibility. It is in the horizon.
Depende po yan kung makakita ng prima facie case ang DOJ at isang pa ang kaso sa court finally at ang court ay nag-issue ng warrant of arrest, then the Vice President will be arrested.
The case will need to be filed by the DOJ, am I correct?
Yes, yes, opo. Isasampa po muna sa DOJ, then DOJ will conduct a preliminary investigation on the matter, and if situation warrant, ay magpapile po ng case sa korte.
Director, what about this assassin or yung hitman nga na kinausap daw po ng Vice President? Is that something the NBI will also be investigating? Because VP Sara did say na itong kausap niya responded in the affirmative dun sa kanyang instructions. Sinabi po niya, yes.
Kasama po yan sa investigahan namin na we will try to identify through sa pakikipagtulungan. Kung makikipagtulungan si Vice President Sara at sabihin namin niya sa amin kung sino yung kausap niyang mga tao.
Okay. So I guess the most, kumbaga, pinakaabangan na lang namin, Director Santiago, is a Friday morning, whether or not sisipot si Vice President Sara Duterte sa inyong tanggapan?
At tama po yun, gano'n na nga po.